While the EU is extolling its climate leadership at the UN climate talks in Bonn, in Brussels it has just agreed to prolong its emissions trading system, providing big polluters with billions of euros in subsidies. Some EU member states could use a sizable chunk of these funds to carry on burning fossil fuels, with Poland, for instance, looking to prolong the lifespan of its aging coal infrastructure. Using emissions trading revenues to extend the life of coal-fired power plants is extremely irresponsible and works directly against efforts to halt catastrophic climate change. But coal financing is just the tip of the iceberg. Emissions trading-linked subsidies to big polluters could reach close to €200 billion between 2021 and 2030. The largest share of this figure represents free pollution permits handed out to steel and cement producers, helping them to delay the transition away from fossil fuel dependency. Emissions trading benefits big polluters far more than it does the climate. With the conclusion of the negotiations between the EU Commission, Parliament and Council, the EU has shown that it remains a long way from taking responsibility for its fair share of global climate action. Maxime Coombs at AC France Belen Balagna Corporate Europe Observatory Javier Andaluz Ecologist Nation Frida Kian Inga Food and Water Europe Clemence Houghton Friends of the Earth Europe Dorothy Grace Guerrero Global Justice Now Ho Ram Platform Antonio Tricarico Recommon Leader Fernanda Transnational Institute Chancellor Philip Hammond has a chance to use his autumn budget, on the 22nd of November, to help tackle Britain's toxic air crisis. Despite calls for change, the Treasury continues to subsidise certain highly polluting diesel engines, allowing them to burn red diesel. One example of this outdated subsidy supports the second engines that coal delivery trucks often have. Main diesel engines, used to propel the truck, are subject to increasingly tough Euro emission standards. But second engines, used to keep the back compartment cold while transporting food, are extremely weakly regulated, enabling them to emit 6 times as much nitrogen oxide and 29 times as much particulate matter as the main engine. But the Treasury subsidises the diesel for these second engines by £126 million a year. The Chancellor was right to announce a consultation into red diesel use earlier this year, and he must now end the diesel subsidies for a delivery truck's second engine. Especially when zero-emission engines are affordably available on the market and could make an immediate positive impact on the air we breathe across the UK. Matthew Farrow, Executive Director, Environmental Industries Commission Tony Lewis, Head of Policy, Chartered Institute for Environmental Health Rob Wood CEO, Gasrec Scott McMeekan CEO, and join the debate. Email guardian.letters@theguardian.com. Read more Guardian letters, click here to visit gu.com letters.